If you managed to stay with the series after Jaws 3D like I did, then this obviously is the nail in the coffin. Jaws the Revenge. The same way that Jaws is a flawlessly perfect movie, Jaws the Revenge is the complete polar opposite. There is nothing good about this movie. I mean, just look at the ratings on Rotten Tomatoes. Jaws has 100%. And certified fresh. Jaws the Revenge? 0. Complete polar opposites. But you know, the way Jaws the Revenge is made, it's almost cute. It's almost cute how shitty this movie is. The plot starts out like any typical shark movie. Chief Brody is obviously long dead, and now his younger son, Sean, is the chief. But he's called out to fix a stuck barge off the coast of Amity, and while doing this, he's attacked and killed by, surprise, surprise, a great white shark. Ellen Brody basically is devastated. But here's where the movie gets stupid. When the older son, Michael, and his family come into town, she says it came for him. It waited all this time and it came for him. And that means she's suspecting that the shark is getting revenge on the Brody family. That's right, because Chief Brody killed the first two sharks, and Michael Brody killed the shark in the last movie, all of a sudden the shark seems to be seeking revenge on the whole family. Why? Why does the shark want revenge? I mean, as Roger Ebert put it when he and Gene Siskel reviewed Jaws 4 when it came out, what shark is this? What shark is this to want to seek revenge on a family? What logic is that? So, as you can tell by my reaction, in terms of the script and the story, yes, this is very insulting, and insulting completely to what Jaws stood for. Especially since they state out that Chief Brody was killed by the fear of the shark, when he killed the first two sharks. I mean, when they made this movie, did they even see the first Jaws movie? Now, where I find this movie cute in terms of how shitty it is, it has to do with every single scene the shark is in. I will take back what I said about Jaws 3D having the fakest shark because, oh boy, I forgot how fake this one looks, especially since it moves like this. There are a lot of underwater shots in this movie, and the shark moves like this a lot. On guard. I don't know, I just feel like doing that. And you can even see the mechanical arm that attaches the shark, and there's one part where the shark crashes through the hull of a sunken ship. A little white airbag thing pops out of its mouth, and you can see the rail that the shark is on really clearly. You can't miss it. It's right here. And then the shark roars. Near the end of the movie, before the shark's death, it roars. And not suddenly, it roars out loud to where you can hear it. Quite a few times, actually. And then speaking of the death, I gotta tell you about the death. Ellen starts having weird flashbacks to Sean's death and the finale of the first movie in sepia tone, which is really weird. Why is it in sepia tone? And why is she having flashbacks to events that she did not witness? I don't know. I always find sepia tone very odd to use, and I don't know. I think it's a stupid gimmick. But anyway, moving on. As the shark approaches, okay, the shark is approaching the boat, and then it starts escalating out of the water like this, and then it plays the famous "Smile, you son of a bitch" line from the first movie, and then there's a shot missing to where suddenly the boat stabs the shark, and then, I shit you not, it cuts to a Play-Doh shark in a bathtub being stabbed by a boat made out of popsicle sticks, and it explodes. You have to go frame by frame to see that it really is a Play-Doh shark stabbed by a popsicle stick boat in a bathtub. But I swear to God, I swear to Thor, I swear to Galactus. That's what happens. After all that, it cuts to footage of the underwater explosion shot from Jaws. The main characters fall out of the boat, and then it cuts back to footage of that shark from the first movie sinking to the bottom of the ocean. Wow, what a way to end. And what a metaphor for what this entire series has become. But you want to know the funny part? That was the alternate ending that they decided to show in theaters, because the original ending, which you can see if you catch Jaws the Revenge on TV, is debatably worse. And I say debatably because it depends on how you look at it. The ending to this one, they rip off the whole smiley son of a bitch thing again. But what happens instead is that we see that shot where the boat is coming towards the shark, and the shark is like this, up above the water as the boat slowly comes towards it. And then it cuts to that shot where it gets stabbed, and then the shark is just flailing around with blood coming out of its mouth. Then it falls into the ocean and sinks to the bottom, taking the front of the boat with it. Then it cuts, fades away to the next scene, and that's it. But the reason I say it's debatably worse is because the shark is up in this position for quite a while. I don't know. I'll put links to those two endings in the description so you can take a look and pick your poison, basically. So in the end, Jaws the Revenge is really one of the worst movies ever made. Especially given since Jaws was one of the best movies ever made. But I'm split on really how I feel. I mean, on one hand, I love how shitty this movie was made. How fake the shark looks, the continuity errors, and just basically, yeah, pretty much that stuff. Because it's so badly done. However, on the other hand, seeing what this series has degenerated to, and it's just practically insulting to the first movie. Luckily, most fans, including myself, forget that these three movies ever exist, because we only focus on the first Jaws, and that's the only movie we acknowledge exists. Everything else is just shit. So in the end, half a star. This movie also has two things that I want to point out that involve Michael Caine. First of all, the fact that he was actually in this movie and that he did not arrive to receive his Oscar because he was filming this piece of shit. Why? And why was he in this movie to begin with? But the other thing is that there's a scene where he lands a plane in the ocean. The shark pops up and attacks him, and aside from the fact of him saying, "Oh shit," in the most monotone way possible that it's hilarious, he manages to escape the shark, climb out of the boat from the water with his shirt completely dry. Clearly these guys had no idea what the word continuity actually meant. So anyway, thanks for watching my Jaws reviews, but this is not the last video I plan to put up for Shark Week. I know it only ends at midnight tonight or something, but I've got one more Jaws related video coming up, and because I want to end my Shark Week contribution on a positive note. So stay tuned. I'll see you guys later.